Subnautica Fauna Cladogram Part 1. Hello. This is a project I was planning for quite a while now. I was going to tease this video when I was talking about the Subnautica Leviathans in my Unconventional Dragons video, but I couldn't find a way to put it in there. The animals of the planet 4546b are iconic and unique, and a few people have tried to create a tree of life that contains them all, showing the relations between them. I thought I should do the same because it's fun and something I like. I will, however, disregard the conclusions all those other people have reached, as well as canon for the most part, because I'm not doing this to prove that I am correct over all those other people. I'm doing this to see what results I will draw, and I will do it using comparative anatomy mostly, because I have no access to DNA samples. I will explain what traits I believe are the result of convergent evolution and what traits I believe are ancestral when we get there. Oh, okay, also, one more thing. I was going to do this one huge, big, all-encompassing cladogram, but it was too big to fit in one image, so I just made it many smaller ones, which conveniently helps me find out where I will start and end each part of the series, because no way I was gonna make this all one video. So, now that we've got all this out of the way, let's begin. Starting from the basics, and there is no more basic animal on this planet than the amoeboid, at least from the ones we've seen. It looks like the most basic earth animals, and I believe it has a similar niche. An argument can be made that the amoeboid has radial symmetry like all the other animals I will talk about, but those pores seem to be coming out at random, like branches, so I thought I should put it just outside the radially symmetrical alien animals. Just like with animals of Earth, I believe that radial symmetry was an ancestral trait that later gave rise to axial symmetry. But unlike Earth, where we only have bilaterally symmetrical creatures, this planet also has trilaterally symmetrical and quadrilaterally symmetrical creatures. The bilaterally symmetrical creatures form the vast majority of organisms on that planet and will be the subject of all following parts of this series. So for now we will focus on the rest of them. The floaters I decided to classify as close relatives of bilateral alien creatures because I believe that their little teeth are homologous, and also because they remind me of those wormfish things that swim when they are young and then attach themselves to the ocean floor and become sessile and lose their head. You know the ones I'm talking about. I don't remember the name, but those ones. Trilaterally symmetrical organisms are only represented by the saddlebag and the triops. They are very distinct from one another, and that leads me to believe that trilateral alien creatures were a lot more diverse on the planet's prehistory before being outcompeted by the bilateral ones. Or maybe they are still dominant in different parts of the planet that haven't been explored in-game. Quadrilaterally symmetrical creatures are also only represented by two species, the spiky trap and the bleeder. Unlike the other ones, however, they seem to be very closely related and have very similar traits with one another. Both of them have 4 inward-facing teeth and 4 long tentacle-like appendages which seem to assist in capturing and processing food. This similarity leads me to believe that they never reached the levels of diversity that the other two clades have reached, bilateral and trilateral. Once again, there is also the likelihood that they are more diverse in unexplored parts of the planet. One clade that maintained the radial symmetry, or at least I classify them as a monophyletic clade, are the Xenoneidaria, as I call them, because they look like Earth's Nidaria, but they are alien. The vent garden and the eye jelly are basically just alien jellyfish. Now, usually, when an alien organism looks exactly like an Earth organism, I find it to be unrealistic. But a jellyfish is so simple both in terms of shape and biology that I think it's at least plausible that alien jellyfish can exist. So I don't consider them that unrealistic, not to the same extent as humanoid aliens, at least. Sister clade to the alien jellyfish are the alien corals, and here is where my biggest disregard for canon comes into play, because at least in the Subnautica wiki, coral is classified as flora instead of fauna. I disagree with this a lot. Granted, this isn't the most reliable website apparently, but still, the creator of the game can come to my house and tell me right into my face that the corals of that planet are plants and only have a superficial resemblance to the earth corals that are animals, and I will still disagree, because corals are animals. Originally, I was going to go through the flora as well and separate all the corals from all the other plants, but that was really hard. A few of them were obvious. The bloodvine is basically an elongated sea anemone, and the tiger plant exhibits the animal trait of throwing things at you. Like, it doesn't scatter them like a squirting cucumber, it targets you and throws them with precision directly at you, which indicates a level of spatial awareness more to the same level of animals than that of plants. Then there were also the plants that had seeds and fruit and leaves, which were also easy to separate and say, oh no, those are definitely not animals. But the rest of them, I didn't know what I was looking at. They are alien things that look neither like plants nor like animals of my planet, so I'm like twice unfamiliar with them. I just didn't know what to classify them as. They were alien, basically. Also, the drooping stingers are apparently either also jellyfish or anemones. I completely forgot about those. But other than that, I am drawing blanks, so I will just say alien corals, won't go species to species with these ones as I did with the other ones, and leave someone more skilled in this than I am to clear it out if they want. A bit of an anticlimactic ending for this video, but the next one will be better because we will be focusing on the creatures with bilateral symmetry. The basal ones, but there's a lot of them. So things are going to get more interesting. See you there and goodbye.